Okay, so this is your back at the end of the whole thing. So we have our diagonals and we have our straight part at the bottom. Depending on your size, you're going to probably have some increases here if you're one of the larger sizes, but it will look something like this with your Stellas going on at the bottom. Now make sure that you are facing the right side, and the way you know that the right side is this one is because you have your slips, your single crochet loops looking from the front, and at the back you have more of this, and these little loops are from the double crochet. So do make sure that you are on the right side. If you're not sure what the right side is, check out your last row, and your last row is a double crochet row or a link double crochet row. So the way you worked it, that's the wrong side and this is the right side, okay? Because I've made that mistake and I don't want you to make that mistake as well. So with right side facing, this is our left shoulder and this is our right shoulder. We are going to work our left shoulder first, starting from the chain all the way to the end of the increase section, this little corner over here. If you follow the pattern, you should have a marker right here, but if you don't, that's okay. You can just count your stitches as you go. And if you are left-handed, you're going to do the exact same thing, but on the right shoulder, starting from the neckline, all right? But only if you're left-handed. If you're right-handed, you're going to start here and go down. So you're going to work first a slip stitch row from this corner to this corner, and then on the way back you're going to work a double slip stitch or yarn over slip stitch to create a lovely ridge. And then we're going to kind of fold that ridge, and I'm going to show you how to do that little tricky bit. All right, so first we're going to start with our slip stitch row. So we're going to attach our yarn onto the starting chain. So you can see I have 2 loops on my starting chain because I used a back bump at the beginning. So that's where I'm going to attach my yarn. To attach it, I'm just going to pull my yarn through, and then I'm going to make a chain. I like to tighten this first chain, and I'm going to start working at a rate of 1 stitch on single crochet rows and 2 stitches on the side of double crochet rows. So here we go. This is my first one. I'm simply going to slip stitch 1 here, making sure that my slip stitches are nice and loose, all right? If you're a very tight crocheter, maybe get a bigger hook to work this part. All right. It doesn't really matter exactly where they go, as long as they're evenly distributed and you don't get very large holes. So if you feel like there's an area with a really large hole, don't work in it and work somewhere else. Grab 2 or 3 strands somewhere else so that there's no big holes. So this is what the first row looks like. As you can see, my slip stitches are quite loose, so there's still a little bit of elasticity to that row, but still, you know, not too much because you want a little bit of structure there. If your fabric is a bit scrunched up, it's because your slip stitches are too tight, so please do that again, either with a bigger hook or with looser tension. So now that we've done row 1 on the right side, we're going to do row 2 on the wrong side. So we're going to chain 1 and turn around, and on that slip stitch row we're only going to work on the front loops. So we're going to leave the back loop empty, and we're going to do a double slip stitch or a yarn over slip stitch. If you want to know more about that stitch, I'm going to put a link right here for you. But for the yarn over slip stitch or double slip stitch, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the front loop of that slip stitch row, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through 1, 2, and 3 loops on your hook without yarning over again. Okay, so I yarn over 1 time, then I pull through 1, 2, and 3. Gonna do it again. Yarn over, insert your hook, and I'm gonna yarn over and pull through all 3. I'm gonna show you how I do that. I pull through 1, And then I usually hold on to this loop in the middle so that I can pull through 2 and 3. I'm going to show you a few more times. And I'm gonna keep working that stitch on that front loop of my slip stitch row. So the slip stitches are kind of on the back of my work at the moment, right? So you can't really see them as I'm working on them, but they're there. And I'm going to double slip stitch all the way to the end of the row. Okay, so this is what it looks like after I've done that second row. So this is the wrong side and this is the right side. So you've got that lovely kind of chain going on there. Now we're going to do something a bit tricky for the next row. It's not that tricky, but it's just a bit different from what you're used to. So we're going to chain 1 to start the next row, and the next row is a slip stitch. It's a single crochet row, sorry. And the next row is a single crochet row, but it's going to be worked on 2 places. The first one is the back loop of that previous row, and the second one is this kind of ledge that was left over from that slip stitch row at the beginning. So it doesn't really matter where exactly you place the stitches, as long as you place them behind that first slip stitch row. So you can very clearly see, I mean, I can see it from where I am, that kind of ledge right there. There's a little bump right here. So that's where we're going to work our stitches. So we're gonna insert our hook into the back loop of the previous row, and then I'm just gonna find a spot somewhere on that little ledge. And I'm gonna work a single crochet row all to the end. And again, it doesn't really matter where exactly you place your stitches, as long as you do it on that little bit. So let me see if I can show you a bit better. Here, and I just pick a loop at the back. There you go. Back loop. And then the back. You can start to see already how this kind of curls up into a bit of a, I don't know what to call it, like a little roll or something. And that's what you want, because you want that little bump all along that seam. And it looks really, really pretty. So I'm going to show you what it looks like at the end. Okay, so this is my third row of the front, and you can very clearly see that kind of 3D little roll that you've got going on. And then after that, you're going to continue it in pattern as established. So a linked double crochet on the front loop only on the wrong side, and then single crochet on the right side, linked double crochet on the front loop only on the wrong side, etc., etc. Once you have completed all the way to the end of the neckline, then you're going to work this side, the right side, but starting from this corner all the way up to the starting chain. So you should have markers right here on this very first single crochet row where you didn't do any increases. If you don't have a marker there like me, then you should put one on now so that you can find it easily. But as long as you have the right stitch count, you're good to go. And remember, if you are a left-handed maker, you are going to be following the same instructions, but on the opposite shoulders. Instead of doing from this corner to this corner on the left side, you're going to do that on the right side. And then the left side, you're going to work it from down here to the top. All right? And this is how you start the front.